Hallelujah! And welcome to another One Piece chapter discussion.
It feels like Sunday in here.
Oda has blessed us with another chapter.
But it's only Friday.
And it goes hard. Pastor Lucci is back, baby! With Brother Kaku and Sister Stussy. It's a blessed day after a 2-week hiatus.
Brother Kaku.
Brother Kaku, Sister Stussy, and Pastor Lucci is back. Praise the Lord. Woo! Oda has blessed us.
It was actually slaps, actually.
That shit slaps,
That actually
dude.
gave me energy.
Yeah, dude, I'm reinvigorated.
The power of Lucci. Pasta Lucci.
Pasta Lucci.
Flowing through my veins.
Welcome.
Can I get an amen?
Can I get a amen? What a crazy freaking chapter, dude. Chapter 1062. Man, so much stuff happened in this chapter. Adventure in the land of science. Thank you for everybody for being here, for tuning in. And I was excited, dude. There's so much shit to talk about again.
Yeah.
Every single chapter, I'm like, this has got to be the chapter where it's a little like
Slow.
yeah, a little slower than the rest, but keeps on. They keep on coming. They keep on hitting. Yeah, I mean, let's just get right into it. And pop off in the chat too. Let us know all your thoughts because it's a lot of lore, a lot of like world building, a lot of history, a lot of things revealed, a lot of badass moments. The biggest thing of all for me, I mean, there was a couple big things that I wanted to talk about, but I mean, first thing that pops to mind, number one, is obviously the reveal that Bonnie is Kuma's daughter.
And I read that and I was like, I had to read it again. I was like, oh, they really confirmed it finally. It's like,
yes.
Okay, now we have confirmation.
Finally confirmed. That was crazy. And then we got this incredibly badass moment from Zoro and Robin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was amazing. That was that was this is the crew. Like this is
the crew.
They're those bitches. Like
those bitches.
It
Go
felt
off,
like
Demon Queen.
Yeah. It was like, it was amazing. It's like, you got to be careful. It's like, why be careful? It's like, because he literally has had his eye on you the whole time and you haven't been in. I'm like, oh,
yeah, it
scared me.
It sent chills down my
it
spine.
Really did.
Dude.
You felt the intensity.
Like,
for sure.
And people know now not to fuck around with the Straw Hats.
No.
A lot of people are talking about the cover page too, and not only that, but some inventions that we got to see. These gloves that we got to see that allow. I mean, it's not a coincidence that these gloves are introduced, and we have a character like Kuzan that I think is going to be. These gloves are going to have to be used against him at some point. I mean, these are designed to be able to strike light. It just is a little too convenient, and. The cover page as well with it looked like also like it could be Caesar's gas a little bit on the beginning of the cover page, but they're in Cacao or on Cacao Island, and you know who's there? Puddin's there.
Puddin's there, and then someone else said my man Okiji is in Chocolate Town.
Oh, shooty. Either way.
Oh, Kizaru. Or is it Kuzan or Kizaru?
No, it's Kizaru's there. I mean, people are saying Kizaru and Blackbeard might be going after Puddin.
Yeah.
Because Puddin's got that third eye. She can read them glyphs.
Glyphs. Has it opened yet or no?
Her third eye?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But she still can't read Ponglyphs.
I'm sure she can.
I don't think she can yet. That was the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah. Because Big Mom was like, I'm not going to wait around for her to freaking be able to read Ponglyphs. I got to find my own way.
Right.
She said, fuck pudding.
And she did say that.
She went like, oh, you're my best girl. And then she was like, oh, you can't read Ponglyphs?
Either way, I do think that's a really awesome and going to be a really awesome way to bring Pudding back into the story. We love Pudding. Pudding was fucking so cool. Such a cool character. Such a complex character.
Yeah, super complex.
I really, really enjoyed Pudding, and it would be such a cool way to bring her back into the story if Blackbeard did somehow, kidnap her in order to
get the Ponglyphs. That would be interesting.
We did get a donation from Tyler Wallace.
Oh,
shout out Tyler Wallace.
Thank you so much.
Vegapunk looking like a third member of Daft Punk. A lot of people saying that too. Vega Daft Punk with that helmet on.
Daft, it would just be
Shaka.
Vegapunk, Daft Punk.
Vegapunk, Daft Punk. What about, but it's got to be like Daft. Are you freaking Daft? Daft Vegapunk.
Oh, you daft. Yeah, Vegapunk is canonically British.
Dude, it's setting up. They're saying the 6 paths of punk. A lot of people also comparing Vegapunk and their or his 6 forms, or 7, with his Stella, the main Stella body, to the 6 paths of pain. But dude, it's setting up so many things. Number one, now we got CP9, Kaku, Lucci, Stussy on the way over there. Obviously, the Straw Hats and Luffy are beyond, I think, powerful and would not have any problem stomping out.
No, and it would be
Lucci
actually hilarious.
But maybe that's just speaking more to Luffy. Maybe some of the other Straw Hats could go against Lucci and like Kaku, for example. I mean, like, imagine Robin versus
Kuma Pacifista. Or what is it? They're like Seraphim.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got one.
They got one, and it's a problem child. And I have some thoughts on that too. They call it a problem child.
We gotta get this problem child back. They called it an egghead. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, they called him an egghead. But I think it'd be so sick to see Robin versus Lucci, because that would just really bring things all the way back around.
Usopp versus Kaku.
I was thinking Frankie versus Kaku.
Because long nose versus
Shipwright.
long nose.
Long nose versus long nose. Shipwright versus Shipwright. Could go either way. I'd be happy with your suggestion. I'd be happy with my suggestion. I'd be happy with whatever Oda does. Member comment from Batman for Real. Let's go. My favorite part was easily Robin in badass mode with Nami behind her. She's the one protecting the crew now, not the other way around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she really had a glow up and a realization back in Wano.
Yeah, Frankie set her straight.
Yeah,
dude.
Frankie set her straight. And I mean, Robin too, like, she is just she's evolved. She's evolved now.
Yeah.
And she, I think, I don't know. I mean, she's always been confident, but after all that shit, like, I think she's really just like, I'm going to step. She's always stepped up, but I feel like in a different way now, because she's like, I mean, her fruit is insane.
Oh yeah, now that it's
she is one of the most OP'd members on the crew, and now I'm like, okay, girl,
in her demon form, dude, that would be so crazy to see her go against and just really like take out CP0 Lucci or CP9 or whatever they are now, Lucci and gang.
Yeah,
Hades X2C. Love to see it.
It's your kitchen.
Thank you for the donation. Love to see Pastor Lucci and Stussy cosplay. Hooray! I mean, we already got the Lucci. We just gotta work on that Stussy cosplay.
Is it Stussy?
Stussy, Stizzy. I don't know.
Stizzy. She's just faded all the time.
Yeah, Gabe Ruiz said, I don't think
that would be awesome.
Luffy versus Pastor Lucci again. Oda never does the obvious. Yeah, he's not gonna do that.
Yeah.
And Luffy's too powerful. Luffy's like beyond. He's above Lucci.
He really is.
Yeah.
He really is. And I don't think Lucci would be ready for that.
Yeah.
He'd be like, well, you look like this now?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
I mean,
you look like he'd be conflicted though. Because he'd be like, in my testimony, like.
Oh, right.
He would think he's like an angel.
Oh, yeah. But then again, he is with an angel. He is with a seraphim right now.
Yeah. That's like a dark angel. He's not really too happy about that. He's kind of like, this kind of messes up my my belief system. I work for this company.
Seraphim with me to evangelize across the East Blue or the New World. And
yeah, that was a little like New Orleans right there. I watched a little too much Interview with the Vampire. I was like, is it country or is it like?
Yeah. You went New Orleans.
Yeah.
We love it. We love it.
And then someone else said, I think I can talk. Oh, wait, no, go up a little bit. Where is it? Oh yeah, Smoky Wolf. It's right below there.
Right.
Okay. I'm interested in why the government wants to kill Vegapunk. Control. I don't know.
Yeah. What it felt like for me though is that a lot of people were saying before that Vegapunk could have cloned himself or put himself into like these androids or things like that. But it does kind of seem like he has like split almost his consciousness and split himself and his mind. And it is kind of on the same, level of, and the way that they talk about it is almost very similar to like the 7 deadly sins, right? Which I did, see another theory, which was like, if we're going into 7 deadly sins territory, then Bonnie could be gluttony. She was on that island as a kid. She could be one of Vegapunk's experiments. She could fit into that somehow, which also leads me to believe that there might be a Vegapunk form, because we've only seen Lilith and Shaka and the third
Wrath for right now.
Atlas, I think.
Atlas or Wrath?
Basically,
which
Uta. We saw Uta.
I love Wrath.
We saw Uta.
Or Atlas.
Yeah. I mean, she's adorable.
She's adorable.
And big as fuck.
Yeah. She reminds me of those little figurines. That we get like the blind boxes. Yeah. It was like a big version of that.
But what I was going to say about that is why they want to kill him is it seems like, based on all these different personalities, I don't know if this represents the main Stella body, but multiple, 2 of them, I think, did both say that the government, they teamed up with the government for funds and for resources.
And they ain't getting it.
Yeah. It didn't even seem like they had any sort of loyalty to the government at all. And I would think that someone high thinking of a mind like that wouldn't care at all about like loyalty or sides. They're on the side of science and progress.
As long as I get my money, I don't care what you need me to make you. And we've seen that firsthand.
Right. And so I think the government realizes that. The government's not dumb. They're like, Vegapunk is only on our side for resources and money and has been able to give us a lot of weapons and a lot of cool things. But maybe with these Seraphim now, they feel pretty confident, pretty cocky, even though one of them is kind of malfunctioning or seems to be a problem child, which I have some thoughts on that too. But
wires crossed.
I think they're just. I think they're just done. I think they're crossed, and I think they're done.
They're crossed.
Yeah, and I think they're just over it, and they're done because it's problematic, and it does fall into the hands of the wrong people. It could be dangerous. Although, they did say, I think her name was Atlas. Uta, Big Uta said that it's frustrating because nobody can follow these blueprints. They're so advanced that nobody can even follow them.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, especially with Vegapunk and why, why they would want to kill him is because they can't afford for Vegapunk to not, be on their side, I guess. Yeah. So if he were to, inevitably team up with the Straw Hats, it would be a very big problem. So they're like, let's just wipe him out because he's kind of teetering on this sucks. I'm not getting funny. I'm just over this shit. And he's gonna back out. And it's well, we can't not have you do shit for us because if you don't do shit for us, you're gonna be a major issue. Yeah. And you could take us out because I'm sure he has a lot of information about the government. He probably knows or Emu, all that shit. I'm sure. So he's a huge threat. He's a huge threat, especially if, like I said, they're not on the same side. It would be not good for them. But we did miss some donations here. We got one from Mr. Fan. Thank you so much. They said, I'll say it's no coincidence the pastor is with the seraphim of the Bible-carrying warlord for the sermon.
I'm just saying, dude.
It's true. We've called this shit since day one.
Out of all the seraphim, he's with Deacon Kuma, the Deacon Kuma seraphim. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Deacon Kuma.
And so is Mr. Fan 09. They're just saying, too.
I saw a comment. It was imagine going into the stream and not knowing the inside joke and be why are they playing gospel music?
Well, because, Pastor Lucci and I were playing gospel music because Hallelujah is a new One Piece chapter. Hallelujah.
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 Suyoku.
Yeah. And another dono from Jeff Maxalam.
Oh, thank you so much.
Vegapunk for Straw Hat. That would be crazy. That would be insane. I don't.
But then all of them would have to join.
Yeah, all 6. But I do think that they could end up obviously fusing at a certain point. Bro, Vegapunk is building rocket ships. This man is going to space. This man, I do think it would be kind of crazy if Vegapunk, because he has these 6 bodies now, and it seems like he split his personality 6 ways. It would be funny if, and I think you said it on a previous chapter discussion or something, that if they found Vegapunk, the Stella, but they did say Stella body, but it would be funny if he's just like a brain floating in a tube.
Yeah.
And he's all hooked up.
I was going to say something, but it's just kind of a spoiler.
It's a spoiler.
Yeah, for a game. Never mind.
Okay.
Sorry, it just like popped in my head. I was like, "Oh, that's a really cool ref." No, I can't say it. But yeah, that would be sick, or just like a memory chip or something.
Yeah. I mean, it'd just be crazy like to see his form. Is he gonna look like an old man, or is he gonna look like crazy? Is he gonna look like Frankie? You know, like
it was wild,
modified.
I mean, everyone on the ship was like Vegapunk, like, oh my god, like Frankie's like, oh, I love you, and then Robin's like, okay, chill, you guys. Like, I've never heard this. I never heard that. Like, Robin really stepped up and was like, okay, this might be a trap or a lie.
And Zoro was like, I want something from you. And I think
there's a lot of speculation.
There's a lot of speculation, but out of all the speculation, I think it's fairly, and you never know. You can never say anything for certain. Mm-hmm. This is all just like my opinion on which possibility I think is most likely. And what I think is most likely is that Zoro might be looking for a cure for Smile because of...
I think that's probably the most plausible.
His attachment to all those people in Wano.
There is also theories about, like I see in the comments here and I saw online too, about like getting an eye.
Getting an eye. I don't think... I've seen the eye. I've seen people say, that he wants an eye. Or that Vegapunk could feed a devil fruit to one of his swords.
But I don't think he would. I don't think he would do that.
Yeah, skill, discipline.
He wouldn't like ask for something for himself. I don't think.
I don't think he would ask for something for himself, and I think that anything he wants to achieve through battle and through strength, he would achieve on his own. Like he wouldn't want to ask for like a weapon or ask for like a cyborg eye, because I just don't. I think that feels so out of character for him. I think he would want to achieve. He wouldn't want to become the best swordsman in the world because of a sword, because of a sword with a devil fruit. He would want to do it because he trained his ass off. He worked his ass off to be able to achieve that himself. But a couple more donations before we go forward. Ramon Avila, shout out.
Oh, thank you.
The world government got the weapons now. They don't want anybody to get their hands on them by accident or by betrayal of Vegapunk. Hence, they need to erase Vega, I think. It's a good point, but also, by them eliminating him, maybe they think they have the best weapons right now. But who's to say what Vegapunk will have in 5 years if they kept him around? But I think that, like you were saying, and I think like a lot of people are saying, like they just feel like they feel like he's too wishy-washy right now. He could go either way right now. Like, we can't even risk that.
For sure.
I think we had one more donation to get to. Megan, if you want to read this one.
Sure.
This one is from Pistis Bin Senin. Sorry.
You said I could read it, and then you went and
I just wanted to read the name, dude. Damn.
Thank you so much. Josh, show full design tee. Wear now withstanding.
You know what's kind of funny is this shirt was gifted. I guess I can stand for a second.
Stand.
This shirt was gifted to us by an awesome, super talented designer.
Yes, let me go ahead and spam the chat really
his
quick.
IG is, or you can find his stuff at goni.ig, I believe.
Yeah, I'll spam it right now.
Megan's going to put it in the chat. This guy, bro, he's got fire designs. What's actually funny about this shirt is it's a Jujutsu Kaisen shirt.
And you have a Neon Genesis Evangelion.
But he also,
shirt.
He also sent us a Fooly Cooley shirt, which is
that
I
one's
wear
fire
all the time. But he's got an awesome bleach button ups, but it's like embroidered and stitched.
Yeah, it's
fire.
Shinji.
Yeah, super sick stuff. So shout out Goni.
Let me paste it here.
George Silva, after making the island destroying weapon, aka weapon number 4, and the Seraphim, Vegapunk is now a threat. I think that's what they meant to say to those weapons. Also, another thing I want to mention, too, about Kuma being a problem child. I think this is super interesting because there always has been something more to Kuma. Kuma has been called a tyrant, but the more we get to know about Kuma, he seems to be like the coolest fucking guy ever. He seems like he was a great dad to Bonnie just based on Bonnie's like love for him, and going there to want to get answers or want to confront Vegapunk about things that happen.
Kick his ass.
Because if your dad was a piece of shit, you wouldn't care. You wouldn't care. You'd be like, damn, he's better mind wiped. You know?
Good.
But he seems like he was a pretty, benevolent ruler. He seems like, obviously his daughter loves him. He was part of the Revolutionary Army. Like, he seems like a good guy, but he was painted as this tyrant. Now that could be the world government spinning the narrative, twisting the narrative.
Or he was doing something in order to save people, and they thought it was misconstrued as him being a tyrant, but he was like, you can't do this, can't do that. And they were like, why?
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm just trying to keep people safe, but I can't let them know that.
Right. But what's crazy is
I'll look weak.
What's crazy is I think that, and I've felt this way since we first met Kuma. Maybe not since we first met him, but definitely after Saboti. I really did feel like
there's something going on.
Kuma was always on the side, the side of, I don't know if it's necessarily the side of the Straw Hats more so than the side of what he felt was justice or whatever. He made that last request to Vegapunk, which Vegapunk honored, right? Before his consciousness was completely erased. I've always felt like Vegapunk, and now we see here that Vegapunk has no real loyalty outside of funding and resources to the world government, which is something that I think a lot of people already thought. Point is, I do think that the reason that the Seraphim is the Kuma Seraphim is a quote-unquote problem child is because while Kuma's mind in Kuma's original body has been erased, it has been transferred to the Kuma Seraphim.
And he's just trying to get back to Egghead.
Right. Because I think that would be an awesome way, number one, for Kuma to still be there. Because Kuma is still a very important part of everything that's going on. For his mind to be intact if it was intact in the Seraphim. And he's just kind of not listening to people, and the government's telling him to do stuff, and he's not going along with it. And so they're like, you need to take this fool back.
Maybe he has some kind of remnants of who Kuma used to be, because I don't know if all of the Seraphims necessarily have that unless Vegapunk planned just for Kuma.
But that's what I mean. I don't think all the Seraphim have that, because Mihawk still has his consciousness inside himself. Boa still has her consciousness inside herself. But Kuma's mind is wiped, and Kuma is the only Seraphim that's a problem child. So I think it's very possible, extremely possible, that his consciousness is in that Seraphim. And I saw someone else speculate that, of course, people have been speculating that Bonnie being this in the mix, which, by the way, they're dynamic, and I want to talk to you about that too. One of the coolest team ups and the most fun team ups or groups that we've seen go off, like Jinbei, Chopper, Bonnie, Luffy, awesome. But before we get to that, people have said for a while that Bonnie in this final battle, being so close to everybody, could revert a lot of these powerful people back to their prime, or even in the case of maybe the Straw Hats, age them up a little bit. But in cases like Garp, age them down a little bit to be at their prime. But how sick would it be then if the Seraphim Kuma did have his consciousness still, and when he meets up with Bonnie, that would be where that is revealed, because he would look at Bonnie and cry, or see his daughter, and then Bonnie would age him up. And so we have a fully aged up, conscious, Kuma Seraphim. And that could have been the trade-off maybe too. Yeah, I'll be a part of this experimental mind wipe consciousness transfer.
You got to bring me back.
Because if it goes according to plan and it works, I'll be in this crazy upgraded body. Will he have his devil fruit? I don't know. But I just think that would be insane. And we're on some Final Saga shit, and I feel like that could really happen.
Yeah.
I feel like that could really, really happen. How do you feel about the dynamic? It's so awesome.
With Bonnie and the crew?
Yeah, Bonnie, Luffy, Chopper, Jinbei. I feel like when we get Straw Hat split-offs, they're all fun. But I feel like this one is really, really fun.
Yeah, I like it.
Because Luffy and Bonnie are very similar.
Oh, yeah. Completely.
And cute-ass Choppies with them.
Of course.
And I just,
tagging along for the ride.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a good influence on him.
Luffy is not a good influence on Chopper.
No, Luffy and Bonnie together.
Right.
Yeah, usually it's just Luffy, and then, Usopp will be there, but he'll rein him in. There's no one to be able to be... I mean, Jinbei is just kind of watching from afar. They're kind of it's not like a dad with, the backpacks with the leashes on them. It's literally Jinbei holding Bonnie, Luffy, and Chopper. Could someone draw that, please?
That's really what it is.
And they're just he's just watching them do whatever they want. And then when they get out of line, it's okay, I'll step in. But he doesn't, do what you want.
Jinbei is literally babysitting them.
Yeah, he literally is.
He's like you said, like a parent. At
Yeah,
Disneyland
Theo Jinbei got the kids out.
Yeah, Theo's got the kids on a leash over there on Egghead Island.
Yeah, they're at the swap meet.
Yeah. They're getting all the food.
Yeah,
all
she's
the
like,
food trucks.
they're like, can I have that? And he's like, no.
And then they get it anyway.
Yeah, they get it anyway. Later though.
Yeah,
not right there.
But yeah, dude, I just love their dynamic, and I just love that out of all the Straw Hats, that Zoro and Robin were the two to get that moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Zoro has had moments like that before, and Robin has too. But I feel like out of all the Straw Hats that were there, to give the other moment to Robin just felt so.
It felt so earned for her because, I mean, yeah, everything that happened in Wano, like, literally we're looking at two of, besides Luffy, of course, and Sanji, too, but, I mean, it's just like, yeah, Robin is, she can reach that far, you know, she can do that, like, in immediate, she got the range, of course, so that was awesome, such an awesome moment. I got chills. I was like, oh, shit.
And that's another reason people were saying that, you know, Sanji didn't get that moment was because he was too gagunked over Vegapunk. He was Vega gagunked.
He was Vega gagunked.
And so she was like, yeah, he's not a threat because he's drooling
and
all
Usopp was gagunked too.
Yeah, Usopp was scared. Usopp was scared.
Oh, he was scared.
He wasn't gagunked. He was scared. He was scared of the sea beast that came up.
Yeah.
And Frankie was gagunked by the sea beast, I feel like. He was like, wow.
And the robot. I saw, like Smokey Wolf too, said the Kuma and Bonnie flashback really will crush our hearts.
It's going to break us.
Yeah.
It's going to break us.
It's already set. I mean, just what, like looking at him, you know, being ridden by the Celestial Dragon, that was rough. But
that was so hard to see. That image alone, just that image of a beat up, beat down Kuma being rode by a fucking nasty
Charlo's bitch ass.
Celestial Dragon.
Dude, Charlos needs to die.
I want. That's what I want. Like one of the final.
Yeah, one of the final deaths. Maybe that is the One Piece. Like
his head.
Yeah, his head. Yeah. Bring.
No, don't give him that.
That's what the One Piece. That's what in Laugh Tale. That's what it said. It said bring Charlos's head.
That'd be kind of sick.
And then like Rogers. Who's Charlo?
Who's Charlo?
Yeah.
He's he in the future. There will be a boy born. A celestial bitch boy.
Yeah, celestial bitch boy. I've been dying to know Kuma's life story for like 14 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
That's wild.
Yeah. But can this tech give someone like Usopp who integrates tech into his stuff an edge on Kizaru? This is what I'm saying too.
Mm-hmm.
I also really think that this isn't going to be just a time for Frankie. It is. I really hope it's Frankie season, upgrade season for Frankie. Season,
but it's definitely like Usopp. Vegapunk. I mean, this is like Vegapunk's arc, right? So it'll probably focus more on, I guess, them. You can call them them, right?
Yeah, but I think the main Stella body is a guy, an old man, presumably.
Well, all of them, all of the forms.
Yeah.
So it's exciting.
But maybe he's so smart and so advanced. He's like, I don't give a fuck about gender, dude. I'm gender fluid.
Yeah.
I'm Vegapunk.
It's just interesting of all the forms we've seen so far have been women.
2 of them have been. The third we can't tell. It's presumably you
don't know.
I don't know.
It's in a mask.
In a mask.
But yeah, I'm excited to see that. But and Frankie to learn and Usopp to learn and everyone
that Usopp is gonna get, because I think that's the question here. Everybody's saying like, yeah, Frankie's gonna get upgrade after upgrade after upgrade.
It'll be all of them to a certain extent.
Imagine.
It'll be all of them to a certain extent. I mean, like, I don't know, Sanji might get some, like, the microwave for the food. Like, how convenient would that be?
But I think Sanji's got too much pride.
Of course.
Sanji's going to hate that thing. Sanji's going to hate that
Well, he'll cook for everyone else, and then Luffy can just use that because he's like, I can't cook it up for you.
Right. I can't keep up.
But, yeah, like, and, you know, Chopper, some medical advancements that we don't know about yet. Everyone. I mean, the climate baton, maybe that'll get an upgrade.
Well, they're already controlling climates on this island.
Yeah.
You know, it's set to tropical setting and inside.
The tropical, what is it? The island aircon.
So I think, that's potential for Nami to get an upgrade too. But I really want Frankie and Usopp to get some upgrades because Usopp is a handy guy too. Like, he's building shit, making shit.
He was the shipwright before Frankie came on.
Yeah, he was literally holding the Mary together.
Mm-hmm.
So I really want to see something from Usopp. I want to see him get an upgrade, too. I don't want him to be left out. Ramon Avila again.
It's your kitchen.
With another dono. Poor Sabito.
Oh, Sabitito.
He is killed right and left, and everybody is ignoring him this chapter. Bonnie seems to have info to pass Luffy at least.
Yes, she goes, I'll spill the beans later. And I was like, girl, spill the beans now.
So, well, that's just what Oda be doing.
No, truly. But it's just like, oh, he's dead. Oh, he's not.
Well, I don't think anybody really.
Oh, he's not.
This time around, I mean, there were maybe a few people that said he was for sure dead, but I just never really believed that he was dead.
I just don't think he would. I don't think Oda would do that. That'd be wild. I mean, I guess it's the final saga for sure, and time has passed. Enough time has passed for you to be like, oh, I guess that could happen, but I don't know. I just don't think so. Because it's like, again, I was like, this is the most a character has had fake out deaths in anyone else in One Piece. It's kind of insane.
She had info on Sabo, and I heard someone say this too, and it was the only argument that I really heard that like maybe swayed me to like, damn, what if he did die? That'd be crazy. Somebody said for him to have just gone on that big speech, and for Zoro to have brought him back and said like, hey man, like, you said this about Ace, that you were only going to go after Ace when he really needed you, that he was on his own adventure. Like you said that, like, for that big moment to have happened, if Sabo really did get taken out right after that, that would have been a really crazy way and time to do it. Right after this moment where he's saying like, he doesn't need you yet, and then boom, he dies.
He's not dead.
He's not dead. But I mean, that was crazy. That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's got some information on Sabo. I don't know what the fuck. I mean, maybe
Sabo, and then also, I mean, related to Sabo, it might be have to do with something regarding the island that never existed. I don't know what it was called again, because it
Lucia? Lucia?
That was never an island.
Oh, you're talking about the one that the Rocks pirates were on?
No, I was doing a bit.
Oh. Sorry, I was like, which one? I'll list them all.
Yeah. So maybe she has info on that too.
It's just going to be crazy, man, because I'm going to go through my notes. I wrote down other interesting things that I just wanted to try to not forget. Because, again, there was so much little things in this chapter, moment after moment. Let me see. Let me scroll up to the top here. So I do think that could mean, because we've only met 3 of these forms, and we haven't met the Stella body, I do think that there is going to be some twist, or how crazy. Yeah, Josh fell for it. I did fall for it. How crazy would it be if someone we've already met, someone in the story, someone walking around has been a Vegapunk, has been one of the bodies, and that gets revealed. I just think that would be kind of cool.
That would be cool. Maybe.
I don't know who that would be.
Yeah.
But maybe, I don't know, maybe because, again, they represent, and there was something, they represent, I mean, obviously Atlas and I think Wraith and they are these represent these gods, but also I think the 7 deadly sins, you could say, they represent kind of as well. But I just think it would be kind of awesome and kind of a twist if someone we've already met is walking around and is like another Vegapunk body or form. Let's see. The light gloves, I think they're going to come in handy. I saw other people saying that the light gloves could come in handy against all Logia type users, not just Kizaru. Everybody's mind is on Kizaru, and I kind of thought, it's like a little obvious. Like, it's a little like, it's like Oda rarely like serves up something so like blatantly obvious.
Yeah.
It always kind of goes down a different road. There's always like a twist or something that you never saw coming involved. So it would be crazy if like just other regular ass people without hockey could, with these gloves.
Yeah, just get a little power up.
Yeah, get a little power up. And be able to combat Logias. Kizaru or Blackbeard being after pudding, that's pretty crazy. Zoro looking for the cure for smile. Already talked about that. Yeah, I do wonder when we're finally going to get, I think Oda has hinted at this too, but we're so close to getting like devil fruits be actually explained. And I can't wait to see everything else. I mean, people were obviously talking about, Enel coming back this arc too, because we saw spaceships and freaking space monsters and stuff.
Yeah.
What if Vegapunk's on the moon? You know?
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely seen a space monster, so that's why he was able to make a hologram of it. And at first I was like, oh shit, like there's one here, like he must have gone to space, but it kind of just implies that he's seen it and he knows what it looks like in order to make a hologram. It makes sense. Yeah. So I was like, damn. I mean, it's not that crazy and far-fetched that he already went to space, but
yeah, but he could have already been to space.
Yeah.
Like been there, done
That's what I think. Yeah, exactly. He's just like, oh.
Yeah.
What do you want to know?
Nothing really up there. No. So I came back down.
It's very dark.
Very dark up there.
Yeah.
It's a vacuum.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to vacuum that place. It's a mess. But also, I guess that Bonnie had just been to the island before. It makes me wonder if that line was, to say that she was just there because Kuma was there, or if she was there and she was experimented on too. She was like in some way involved in one of Vegapunk's schemes somehow. I don't know.
Yeah, I just think, I don't know.
And the last thing I wrote down too is like, obviously it'd be really cool to see Frankie versus Kaku, Lucci versus and I saw people saying too that Lucci is gonna switch sides because he looked like he was kind of upset and he was kind of like going against the government a little bit, or he was kind of like, or he was kind of just seemed annoyed and he kind of seemed like frustrated. And they were
Lucci would switch sides, but
I
like,
don't think he would at all.
No.
If anything, he would just go mad and he would just say fuck both people.
Yeah, he would probably see like how powerful they are and just be like, yeah, no, I'm tapping out. Like, this isn't worth it.
This is dumb.
Yeah. We got a donation. Thank you so much.
From
Damn, son,
Bear
where'd you find this?
You want to read it off, Mehgan?
Luffy being an emperor now, Lucci shouldn't be able to even see him, let alone fight him. Just like Brule said in Whole Cake, you can't reach an emperor that easily. It'd be dope if Zoro, Jinbei, or Sanji handled that.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That's right.
And I do think
I know that's
cool
right.
if Zoro, Jinbei, or Sanji handled it. But again, to see Robin.
Well, I saw, yeah, for sure. And I saw someone else say, like, definitely, like, I don't think it would happen, but it'd just be crazy because of how much the fight between Lucci and, like, Lucci and Luffy, of, like, how much he underestimated Luffy, like, how Luffy would underestimate Lucci. And it might, like, be the same, but I don't think
he's on a completely different level.
Literally.
Yeah, literally.
And I just don't think he could. I don't think Oda would make them fight again. But it would be cool for Jinbei and Lucci to fight because we haven't seen that. And he being the newest member of the Straw Hats, that would be interesting.
That'd be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I do think it would also be cool because we're trying to bring everybody into it in the final saga. I mean, everybody's going to start coming together. I do think it would be cool if we saw the Sword organization, like Sword versus, CP Cypher Pole.
I miss Sword, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool too.
I want to see what they're up to.
Me too. I want to know what their true intentions are, even though I feel like we kind of have a really good idea.
I mean, Buggy's not really running shit.
Well, Buggy's in Cross Guild getting,
That's what I meant. Yeah, Cross Guild.
No, I was talking
about Cross Guild. I want to see Cross Guild. Give me more of that.
I was talking about Sword.
I know, sorry. Cross Sword.
Swords crossing swords?
Yeah.
Goes in your mind?
Crossing, what is it? Sword fight?
Right. Crossing.
Do you think the Crossing Guild has sword fights?
But when you say crossing swords, that's like, that means.
No, I know what it means.
And so do I think that that Mihawk, Crocodile, and Buggy are crossing swords? And that's why they're called the Cross Guild?
They cross streams too.
Do I think that? Maybe. Maybe.
I've seen a lot of fan art.
Yeah, you've been down a fan art rabbit hole. Maybe. And maybe we'll get to see that. It's the final saga. Who knows? Someone might whip it out.
Segura said, I want to see those sword fights, drill face. I do too.
Yeah, I know you do.
I do too. Damn.
You do. Damn, I know of all the swords you want to see Buggy's sword.
Woohoo!
And you want to,
all
detach
of them,
it and take
all
it
of
with
them,
you.
Crocodile, Mihawk, Buggy. I mean,
yeah.
Gagunk.
Gagunk. I want to see what Croc's working with.
You know what Croc's working with.
Yeah.
You know what Croc's working with.
He's walking around. Croc is always walking around like he just came from the beach and has sand in his crotch all the time.
For sure.
Yeah, that's why he's always kind of adjusting himself.
Yeah.
I got freaking sand in my
That's it.
crap.
Buggy's sword pops off, literally.
That's what I'm saying. You could take it, put it in your pocket. Take it with you. Croc has a hook. Smokey Wolf said Croc has another hook.
Oh, it's probably hooked for sure.
Okay, Mehgan. Dude, Mehgan freaking chill, dude. Jaquan Gold, thank you so much. Relax. It's early in the morning for us. Thank you so much for your donation. Jaquan Gold said, the food dispenser reminds me of Spy Kids. Also wanted something like that.
It does.
Always wanted something like that. So cool. I feel like they may end up allies in some way or neutral.
It reminds me of Spy Kids. Love that. And also Orville.
Oh, the Orville. Yeah. And Star Trek in general, I guess.
Get me 70 cigarettes.
Yeah. Dude, if you just play the beginning of that sound, it sounds gross. But yeah, it's definitely something that I need and we need as a society, I think.
Croc?
No, food synthesizers, not cock synthesizers. Mehgan? Damn.
You've been saying it more and more.
Cock?
Yes.
It's a fun word.
It's very violent. It's very violent. The sound of the sword fight.
Let me just go through the chapter real quick and make sure we didn't forget.
Bussy the Clown.
Bussy the Clown.
Meacock.
We didn't forget
Crocodile and Bussy the Clown.
Bro, these are great.
Whoa, that's Alexander Arts right there.
Alexander Arts?
He said that.
Goated.
Wow.
Yeah, I just want to I'm just skimming the chapter again to make sure we didn't miss anything. I also can't wait for this helmet, this Vegapunk Ant-Man looking helmet to be revealed.
It's so Ant-Man.
It really is.
It's so Ant-Man.
Let me see if I can pull it up. It's so Ant-Man, dude. I can't wait to see it so I can make it. Dude, I'm making it.
I'm making it.
And then we got the reveal of, I think her name was Atlas, right?
Yeah, it was like Wrath.
Right.
Which I was like, oh, that makes sense because she was kind of mad.
But dude, everybody is saying, and it's, first of all, yes, an homage to Astro Boy, clearly. Clearly an homage to Astro Boy.
So cute, so adorable. That's what I'm saying. I mean, maybe Uta has something to do with Vegapunk.
But also, come on, dude. This is...
Or maybe it's not even red. It's probably not. I mean, it would be one thing if it was... I don't know. I honestly don't know. But...
It's also
maybe
extremely Uta. Like the most Uta... Because when Vegapunk was introduced, or 02 Vegapunk was introduced, everybody was like, that's Uta. Or, you know, Oda loves Uta.
La puta.
La Uta. It's just drawing Uta everywhere. But then this character shows up, and I'm like, okay, but for real.
He looks like a cherub.
He looks like a cherub.
Or like, yeah, it's like definitely looks like a, it has those like cow ears or like fawn ears. You know?
And
I love it.
This is sick too.
We got Vega Cola right there, boy.
Bro, wait till Frankie gets a load of that Vega Cola, huh?
I'm proud to be American.
Vega Cola.
Look at that. Look at that. Hamburger.
Okay, I'm not gonna show any more panels, but yeah, I just want to make sure.
I love her. I love her so much.
Yeah, I mean the design.
Cosplay?
Oh yeah, definitely cosplay.
I mean, she's huge.
What
but
I do think is
I love
crazy
her.
is that arrow pointing down on her dress is wild.
Why?
I mean, it's just like, don't have an arrow pointing down. Like, and if you know what I'm saying? If I had a shirt and it had an arrow pointing down, I mean, people would call me a pervert.
People already do though.
Yeah, but people that's people who know me. But people who don't know me would call me a pervert. And people don't call me that, Mehgan. I was expecting.
They do.
I was expecting you to.
They do though.
They don't. They don't. And
they do though.
Okay, you're.
What? Why is this something new?
Mehgan, I'm a stand-up guy. Okay, I'm you're
a dog.
I'm a bring me home to mama guy. You know,
bring me home to mama after you just.
And when I show up to meet your mom, I have an arrow pointing down. A lot of
Would
people
you rather it pointing up?
Yes, because like, look at my face. Look at my face. Hi. Not look at my, cock. A lot of people also noting that Kaku, and I love Kaku, by the way, as well. Brother Kaku has a mask on his desk as well. I mean, you get to see a Lucci mask. You get to see a Stizzy mask. And you get to see a Kaku mask. And maybe, we'll see Soge King in his mask versus we won't get to see that, probably not, but that'd be so sick. Yeah, and then we're getting desire, wrath, wisdom, flair, evil, logic.
Flair.
And this Kuma Seraphim. Damn, dude. I think this is one of the most lit chapters. I would even argue.
I love it. I love the like the Josh.
What?
So, I really like the back and forth at the end between Lucci and Stussy, and
Stizzy
and Kaku. Yeah, I really like the back and forth. Those just what do they say exactly? If I can you pull it up really quick?
Yeah, I have it right here.
I just want to see. Exactly.
But
because he just seems so badass. Like, so yeah, he's like, so we're meant to kill the single most useful man in the world, Lucci says. I wonder if this has something to do with the recent Lucia incident. Someone with instincts like yours should know better than to ask questions like these. And Kaiko said, agreed. Don't get us any hot water, Lucci. Yeah, so they're just doing their job. They cannot ask questions. Like, Lucci's the one who's answering questions.
He's questioning it a little bit. He's like, dude, so you're telling me that this is the most valuable asset that the world government has, and we're sent to kill him. Okay. And everybody else is like, just, do your job, man.
We got a donation from Bar M.
Damn, son, where'd you find
Shout out Bar M.
Thank you. I love the panel towards the end of the chapter with Luffy and Bonnie cheering while they eat, waiting for Bonnie to meet Sanji.
Oh, yeah.
Need it.
Yeah. That was such a cool moment. A lot of people commenting on the moment, too, where Sanji, where Luffy got mad and, like,
looked kind of like...
Yeah. Looked like he was kind of either Gear 5 or on fire. I mean, I think it was...
Or it looked like, someone said, like, it looked like, what's his name? Crocs? The Rocks?
Yeah, I saw that too. I'm like, okay.
Maybe a stretch.
I love One Piece theories, but that was a little bit like...
That was a little Luffy stretchy.
Is it just me, or does he kind of look like Zebek in that panel? And I was like, I mean, I love One Piece theories, and I could theorize all day, and no theory is wrong until proven wrong. But I was like, that's a little bit of a reach right there. That's a little bit of a reach around right there. But yeah, this was probably one of my favorites other than the introduction of the Seraphims, that chapter. This was probably one of
it was fun.
Favorite chapters. We just get to learn more and more and more about Vegapunk.
I mean, what's gonna happen next chapter? Like,
and there's no break next week either. We get another freaking chapter next week. I just don't know. I mean, I don't know how long it's gonna take for everything to come together.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anything else you wanted to mention of note that happens this chapter?
That's a Gomu Gomu stretch. That's funny. That's coined.
La puta.
No, I think we covered most of it. Again, it's just so funny, like, going, and I've kind of felt this for sure, instead of doing, like, long arc reviews, I mean, just a chapter, like, it just feels like just a sliver of what we could talk about. It's just such a different feeling than, like, going through everything. But it's great. It's great. I'm not complaining. But, yeah, I mean, we kind of covered everything. Again, we are going to... put this VOD up, so comment below if you have any like cool theories or you have any thoughts on the chapter.
And this is a chapter that I think, as much as we talked about everything, there are so many things that I'm sure we didn't talk about or that people will discover as we go forward. I mean, I think this chapter really lends itself to being,
conspiracy corner.
Right. It's gonna feed
the theory
beasts.
Theory. What's another T word? Theory.
The theory tyrants.
Tree.
They're not tyrants. They're
tree.
The theory trees. They're gonna feed the theory trees. Okay, we need to go because Mehgan is losing her mind.
Will you guys review Film Red? Yeah.
Absolutely. Tickets just went on sale for Film Red in our area, and I'm probably going to purchase them as soon as this stream is over.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
We have about, I would say, maybe about 5 minutes left before we got to go. It is my younger brother's wedding today, so I got to get the hecky out of here because I got to go be in, hooray for him. Hooray for him.
The old ball and chain.
The old ball and chain. I mean, he's been with us since high school, so, is it really
It's
like,
always been a ball and chain.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Sure. I was gonna say, so is it really like, I don't know.
Is it really like matter?
Wow. Holy shit. Okay. Before we go, you guys are hyping Lucci way too much. I mean,
I like Lucci. I mean, play the music. Play the music.
He just has a swagger. Hallelujah. Lucci's got a swagger to turn any man around and bring him to the light. Lucci. Oh. Lucci. Lucci. Bro, that shit legit.
That legit honestly gave me energy. I was kind of like feeling like, okay, it's early in the morning. And you played that and I was like,
that legit reminds me of
your childhood.
My childhood.
Aww.
It legit reminds me of my childhood. Pastor Lucci going to a wedding and he's fitted up too. He's a handsome man. He's a commanding presence. He's strong. He's not as strong as Luffy anymore, but he's there to fuck shit up. And the government feels pretty confident in sending him, Kaku, and Stussy to take care of Vegapunk. I mean, damn. They're also asked to not fuck anything up. Don't break anything because we want to try to figure it out. Like, yeah, right.
Yeah, they're dumb bitches.
They're dumb. They're all dumb. Anyway, we have about 5 more minutes before we have to go. So any last minute theories, any last minute thoughts, feelings, hype moments, let us know before we go so we can comment on them or just, share them. Because again, this was probably I don't know, maybe tied. I don't know. You can't rank these chapters. Can you even rank them? It's just not slowing down.
Wally said, my theory is that Vegapunk's 6 bodies can dock together to form a mech.
Ooh.
Shaka looks like a mecha head, Atlas can be the leg, and Lilith is the body, from what we've seen so far.
You know what's crazy? Because Atlas does have, being like inspired by Astro Boy has and is big as fuck, has those huge boots on too.
Yeah, so maybe there's another one that like matches.
Right, dude. Right. That would be absolutely insane. And that's a pretty crazy theory that I think has a lot of legs.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, like a callback to Thriller Bark, LOL.
Are all Vegapunks perfectly aligned with each other, or are some of them for the taking? It's funny, dude, because you see them because they represent different parts of Vegapunk's personality that they do have different personalities, I guess. So like Lilith does seem to be like she's trying to steal, to take from the Straw Hats, and even Nami's like, what kind of rescue is this? You're trying to rob us.
Yeah, I love that line. It was really
like Nami would really do
funny.
Some shit like
that.
I
know. She's like, what do you mean? It's like Nami. Before you go, what flavor Arizona should I get?
Green tea.
I like green tea, but I also like mucho mango.
It's too sugary, too sweet. Get a green tea.
Who are you?
I do like sugary and I do like sweet. Papa Jinbei needs Vegapunk to make those children leashes.
Yeah, I need someone to draw that. Can you draw that?
Me?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you. Frankie should be able to remote control the Sunny.
I can't imagine, like my mind can't even fathom what kind of upgrades Frankie is going to potentially get. And even again, when Frankie already got to meet so technically I think all of these then are Vegapunk, because they are Vegapunk's personality, mind, consciousness, whatever split. So technically they are all Vegapunk, but when he gets to meet the Stella body or whatever, or when they do inevitably all combine again, because either they will combine and dock, like someone said, into this like mech form, which would be awesome. Whether that happens or whether they just somehow all fuse together, I don't know. However it happens, when Frankie meets either the Stella body or them all fused together, that's just going to be a moment.
A moment for the ages.
A moment for the ages.
And I already have loved to see Frankie fangirling. And I just want to see that conversation. And I want to I can't wait for the next chapter. I can't wait.
I meant when Orochi asked for Vegapunk, he might have known they could spare one of them. Because that was what Orochi was saying in Wano towards the end. I mean, That's
Uta.
crazy to go back and to reread mentions of Vegapunk. Yeah, maybe he's like, yeah, they got 6 of them. They could give me 1 Vegapunk.
Straw Hat Poppy said Vegapunk looked me the Powerpuff Girls.
Bro.
Dun, dun, dun,
Bro, he's
dun,
Professor X. Is his name? Not Professor X. Professor.
It's just Professor.
Utonium.
Utonium.
I think.
It's like, Professor.
Yeah. Concocted the ultimate. Well, I forget how it goes.
It goes,
sugar,
spice, and everything nice. These were the ingredients conducted to make the perfect little girls.
Right. Someone needs to make that.
But Professor Utonium accidentally added chemical X.
Extra ingredient.
Chemical X.
Yeah. And if Vegapunk is the professor from the Powerpuff Girls, I think then that would make who is Mojo Jojo?
Luffy.
Come on, I think that I think there's a Mojo Jojo out there. That I mean, I guess now that's the only
Carbu.
No.
Dude, that smoker.
Smoker?
Bro, that movie is like fire.
Mojo
Jojo's
probably a guy named Mojo.
I like Mojo Jojo too much.
Mojo Jojo.
Luffy Mojo Jojo coming direct the lab.
Yeah.
Shanks Monkey.
It's also funny because I think there was another spinoff that like a Dexter's Lab spinoff where there was like Monkey the superhero, and there was
oh yeah,
an experiment that Dexter, and then so like this his like whatever this lady would be like, Monkey, we need you.
Yeah. I remember that.
And I want to like intercut that with One Piece, and they're talking to Luffy, and they're like, Monkey, we need you. But Dexter was a little bit of a Vegapunk too.
He was for his time.
Yeah. He was the Vegapunk of his time. That's actually a story about Lil Vegapunk. Dexter's Lab. Mm-hmm. He's one of the 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. The freaking nerd.
The Nerd Brigade.
The Nerd Brigade.
Powerpuff Girl Z, is that the movie?
Oh yeah, it's great. They played tag in the city. It was so fucking awesome.
All
dude.
that, and it was scary. Awesome. I mean, when all the monkeys, you know what I'm talking about? Like spoilers, but damn.
Yeah.
That shit was kind of scary as a kid. But that movie's great. Animation's great. I had it on VHS, and boy, did I love it.
Anyway,
Z was the anime, not the movie. Oh, okay. What's the movie called then?
The movie was lit, but Z was like the Sailor Moon.
Z was cute.
And they had like the magical girl transformation.
Z was cute.
And that was cool. And Mojo Jojo looked huge in that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Nah, Z was the weird anime. Anyway, we got a little off topic, but that's probably gonna do it.
Yeah. I mean, we were going for an hour.
No. I mean, it would go for about 45, maybe an hour. I don't know. But that clock started when we hit the start streaming button. So it's a little behind. But either way,
thank you
for
hanging out, seeing our thoughts. Again, this will be up, so if you want to comment anything, and comment any theories or any thoughts.
And I'm sorry, to everybody out there who we spoiled by putting Zoro in the thumbnail. I know that was a big spoiler. I saw some people last night when I scheduled the stream pretty upset.
Wait, Zoro's in it?
Yeah.
What?
And I know people were really upset about that, and I know people got really, mad. And I saw those people in the chat before, when the live was scheduled, and I just want to apologize to those people. Yeah.
I can't believe you did that.
I missed the mark on that one. Missed the mark. Yeah. But thank you guys so much. We love you. We appreciate you. What do we got coming out soon? We got JoJo, the first episode back, coming out on Monday.
Yes.
And then we got Chainsaw Man chapter discussion and anime reaction Tuesday. And then who knows after that, but it's a lot.
Bleach.
And Bleach is like on Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, dude. And then we got One Piece again. And hopefully the next One Piece chapter comes out.
We will be having uploads Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I believe.
Yeah, if the chapters come out, the One Piece chapters, if they come out, around the same time they've been coming out, because this time they came out a little late.
Yeah, next week is going to be...
And Mob is back, Alexander Arts. Yeah, we did watch Mob. It was awesome. We just didn't have time to... That was just for us. We didn't have time to really, make anything, record anything. Because we were, Yeah,
it's
we got
too
so
much.
much shit coming up, but we
It's too
did
much.
want to watch it, and it was awesome, of course.
Yeah.
And it was amazing, of course.
And no community live this week because we're doing reactions. But thank you guys so much.
Yeah, 'cause we're gonna be working on all that other stuff.
And have a good day
Gotta
or
come
night.
out with an outro that's always the same and never changes.
La puta, la puta, la puta.
I mean, but it has to be something that we've talked about in the episode. Was that your suggestion?
Cross skilled.
Okay. I like it. Come on, you got it. I feel it. It's on the tip of your tongue. That's felt weird to say. That felt weird to say.
Because you know what I was gonna say.
Yeah. That felt weird to say on the tip of your tongue. Anyway.
Cross guild, more like cross swords guild.
I mean,
I like it. I like
more
it.
like cross swords guild.
I like it. I like
okay,
it.
we can do that. We can do that.
Okay.
It's just crazy enough, Alexander Arts.
Puma bogey?
The Cross Swords Guild.
Cross swords.
Guild,
Cross
more
streams
like Cross
guild.
Swords Guild. Okay, let's just say, yeah, it's crazy enough. It just might work.
Okay.
Let's do it. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned for everything else we have coming out this upcoming week. And until next time,
Cross guild? More like cross swords guild. More like cross swords guild.
More like swords guild.
More like cross streams. Am I right? Or am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong. I think I'm right, actually.
Yeah, my mind just shut down.
It did. Bye.